So funny.
Bye. Try to maintain and elevate, and everything else is just training.
Yeah.
Just all training, day in and day out, with the same horse shit. So you can deal with it and just. That's why I like that dude Goggins, man. I might have sent you a couple links. David Goggins.
Refresh my memory again.
Just a military dude. Just
Oh yeah, we talked. Yeah, I think maybe like 2 pods ago, you had mentioned them or something like that. Yeah.
yeah. So he has that mindset we need to be in. Just the everyday bullshit that we hate to do and just keep doing it. Get your mental calluses and just numb to it all. So that's the goal.
I was thinking about that too, like not too long ago, as far as like what our parents had to deal with, as far as like just being parents and being young and having to, grind every day with the kid and like worrying about like all those extra stresses and like me not having any. Or I'm like, damn, man, like there's days when I just don't want to go to work and it's just like me, like just imagine, and I could do that if I wanted to, I mean, I don't, but if I could, if I wanted to, but just imagine like having those other responsibilities where like, yo, you can't take a day off. You got to keep on going.
Yeah, the responsibilities force you to be, for
Yeah.
lack of a better word, an adult.
Yeah.
If you don't have the responsibilities, but you're still handling your shit, like it's actually a credit to you.
Oh, no doubt.
Because
I mean, I take pride.
you could be this lazy
Yeah.
dude that because you don't have the responsibilities, you could take that extra day off and shit like that. But
Yeah. No, I take pride from that. I take pride in that, knowing that, just got to get up every day. And
yeah,
actually, I don't know if you were going to get into something or will you about to get into something. It's kind of like what I was going to ask about as far as what traits from your parents you think that you've taken on that have maybe like when you were younger, you didn't really see it or it just annoyed the hell out of you. And you're like, man, now I see like what it's about.
I would say we'll get to that in 1 second
All right, no doubt.
because I do want to say because we are coming from Yonkers,
Yeah.
we are hip hop heads,
Yeah.
so we have to take a moment and just throw the X's up real quick
Yeah, we're not.
and
No
just
doubt.
speak on the legend that is DMX, man, Earl Simmons. So obviously passed away at
Yeah.
age 50. Apparently, and this comes from Lindsay Parker of Yahoo Music. She's the editor in chief. Reportedly had COVID, tested positive for COVID also. So I just a lot of things mixed into one. I know they're calling it a heart attack and things like that, but I don't want to speak. It's just a hometown hero, man. So I don't want to speak
Yeah.
on anything that I don't know about. What people say is he's like a dog, meaning loyal to the people that he loves. If you're not that, he'll bite you. But if loyal, won't be anybody more loyal. And you caught glimpses of that for the people that were paying attention in DMX, for his career. But I also want to, on a fan level, on a hip hop level, I want to just say, only artist in history to have 5 consecutive albums debut at number one. Uh,
Yep.
2014 became the U.S. fifth best-selling hip hop artist with more than 23 million albums sold. 2 number 1s in 1 year. I don't know if
That's
anybody's done that,
that's
but he was the first to do that. And his first 2 albums. Uh Came in. There's not many rappers that you can say change the game. You could be nice with the bars, but to actually change an era, that says something about you. And DMX came in an era that was the shiny suit era. Diddy
Yeah.
had Mace, had even Big, just wearing some flashy Versace, shiny glitz glamour of it all. And then walks this dude with a grit in his voice and I don't want to say destroys it, but he ended that era. Let's not fuck that up. DMX ended the era of shiny suit, and he came in and set the world on fire and became international. Yonkers hometown boy, man, making it globally. Not many people, one way or another, somebody knows DMX. So, just paying respects to the legend, man. And again, just coming from Yonkers and seeing what he was technically an inspiration. The only thing I'll say is to just, had his personal demons, and just anybody that can get help to try to put those demons aside and elevate, do that. Because you saw the torment through it all. You just saw the struggle and the fight that he was in mentally. And, it just took away more years that we could have had with the dog. But he's no longer with us. So rest in peace, Earl Simmons, a.k.a. DMX. Thank you for the music. Appreciate everything. Thank you for being an inspiration. And that's all I had to say. So,
yeah. I definitely want to echo those sentiments. Definitely like a Yonkers legend. And it's crazy because I remember when he first came out, I never really liked him, because it was not even because like his rap but it was like the sound, because like how I heard him was off of like those underground mixtapes, and they always sounded like the sound quality was always bad. So it was like really hard to really hear what he was saying. And cats in, I know it was in Roosevelt, on the football team, and the cats used to play him in the locker room. Never really got it, and then he came out with the niggas done started something, and then that's what we used for like our anthem for football. And I was like, yo, who the fuck is this? And then that's what started it all. And again, to know that, where he's from, where we're from, and the stories of how he used to like rob people and shit like that, be afraid to go down Mulford or whatever, where he was at. He didn't want to go down that block, So, and then like they had an amazing run. Like you said, like music, they were in movies with Steven Seagal and what's the other?
Lee.
Yeah, Jet Li. I'm like Aaliyah. Like they had an amazing run, man. They had an amazing run, and to see Dragon like break down talking about, I don't know if you guys saw that yet.
I have.
Clip. No. Oh man, that was tough to see. That was really tough to see, man. And again, just a legend. And thankful for his time on this earth. Thankful for like all he's done, because basically, like him and his group, they were the soundtrack of our life, for at least my life at the time. So every song I can always go back to, remember when like the first time I heard it, or a party I was at when I heard it, or whatever. Like it can just like brings back so many memories. Very nostalgic, and I'm appreciative of all his work.
Yeah, speaking of nostalgic, man, talking about the mixtapes, like I feel like he made mixtapes on an old school, play a beat somewhere, put the tape on record next to the speaker, playing the instrumental, and just rhyme over the tape. That was my first mixtape experience. DMX was my first mixtape. He was just always put little mixtapes out, and a lot of his stuff from those times he parlayed into his album. So he was able to use music like 20 years later and make a profit off of it. So shout out to the dog, man.
Yeah, that was another dope shit. Like, when his first album came out, and then after you listen for a while, you're like, man, he said that shit like 4 or 5 years ago, this exact same verse, and it still played and it still worked.
Yeah. So DMX, man, rest in peace.
Yeah, man.
All right. I remember because before I came to Yonkers, I lived in Brooklyn for a while, and
I always forget that.
So back then it was all like Brooklyn rappers, and then when I came to Yonkers, everyone was listening to DMX and Locks, and I was like Len. Like at first, I was just like, he's all right. Some Brooklyn dude is better or whatever. But eventually, he did grow on me, and definitely crazy categories and discography of hits, man. Just crazy, especially Get At Me Dog. When Get At Me Dog came out, it was like, whew, that was crazy, man. That was crazy.
Just raw. Like that's one of the things, like the energy he gave off. I'm big on energy. So the energy he would give off, and you could tell like whatever he put in, he put all into it. He didn't half-ass whatever he was on, he went 0 to 100, good or bad or whatever. So, I just always appreciated the energy. Like some songs you would just hear, and next thing you know, you're going like 95 on the highway just because he's just taking you there. So,
And he has song for like almost every mood, man. And that's the dope shit. Like every mood that you're feeling, you got a song to rock with that. Slippin', Get At Me Dog, Murder Graham, like whatever.
Yeah, not many songs have brought a tear to my eye. Slipping is one of them. You go through your times and then you just need somebody to just bounce off of. And that energy, like I said, you get that energy back. And he related, man. He was a blue collar, again, wasn't the shiny suit, was the dude in the hoodie and the Timbs that if you grew up from a certain area, you related to more so than the Versace wearing dude. And, had an emotion for every occasion and, just was the man. So.
Yeah. I'm happy. And I'm happy you got that last verses off too. That last little performance to remind people. And then, unfortunately he has to pass like shortly after it. But again, just to know that he was performing and still rocking it, kicking it with Snoop, that was dope to see.
Legend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, man. Sum up in one word, just say legend. So, all right. Had to say that. So now, Len, what was the question?
In regards to your parents, what traits do you think that you've taken away from them that you may have not understood it when you were younger, but you get it now and you're like thankful for it? Like anything that they have instilled in you?
I would say there's never been a trait that they gave me that I didn't understand, if that makes sense. There's never a time later on in life I was like, oh, I get it. Because anything they've ever given me, it's been pretty much black or white. There's been no gray. So it's either something I could take and say, learn from it and put off to the side, or something that I adopted. So I would like to say love, loyalty, family. Be there for the person you want to be there for. All the good shit, the intangibles that you really don't see nowadays. The being humble, not being entitled, earn what you get, be positive. I mean, honestly, the best things about me are the traits I got from them.
Okay. Well,
I'd say love and loyalty is in there, humbleness, but above everything, I would say the grind. My parents were grinders, so the grind was just instilled in me from when I was young. Like I was ready to start working at I was trying to get a job since I was like 15, 14,
Hey,
ready to start
man.
grinding. Me got 3 jobs.
Me got 15 jobs.
I'm an instigator, litigator.
I'm the podcast host, the editor,
the sound guy, the mixer, the producer.
I'm the marketer, the advertiser.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, I would say the grind above anything else. Seeing how hard they worked, and like you said, like when you're that age, you don't really realize the things like they gotta push through until you're older, and then you realize, wow, I can't believe like my parents were going through that, and they still push through, going to a job every day, and
they're trying to make our lives happy somehow, and hide certain shit, and it's like,
right.
damn.
And then they're coming home to us with us having an attitude because we don't understand why we can't afford this and that and all that. So
right.
Yeah.
And having to feel like, damn, man, I wish I could really do this for my kid, but I can't, right now because of all the shit that, again, we just didn't understand, or at least I didn't understand back then,
Yep.
Yeah, to see parents single or with each other, I could barely deal with myself. You have 1 or 2 kids in the mix, and like Will was saying, you're out there grinding 9 to 5, maybe 2 jobs, maybe whatever, and to come home and okay, back in those days, dinner was made for the family. You know, we sit down and eat. And, you know, you take it for granted because you don't know any better. You're just a kid living life. And then you realize, holy shit, these motherfuckers are superheroes. How the hell do you do that? So,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
How about you?
Kind of. I was gonna go where Will was ending it, or Will, yeah, exactly where he ended it. As far as like the grind, you know, just that getting up every day when there's days you don't want to, and sometimes like, yo, I can take a day off, but you still go, and you know, just always remembering, like, especially when my dad did shit, like, you know, if he's gonna do it, it's gonna be done like the right way. He's not gonna half-ass it. He's not gonna, you know, BS it. He's gonna make sure that whatever's got to be done, it's gonna be done properly, you know. And I just appreciated that, especially now, again, as you get older.
Man, I think you lied about how you grew up. I think you're a farmer. You grew up with parents of farmers, because you're the only person I know that would get up 4 a.m. and do a day's worth of shit by the time 7 o'clock hit. You're the only I give you the utmost credit for that.
No, you would. Don't you see? I got the rest of the day to do whatever the fuck I want. It's already there.
Salute, clap, all that, and that's an amazing way to look at it. Not many people are gonna wake up at 4 a.m. to have a workout and do your laundry and do this and then come home and then start your work day. And that you think that's because you do it. You think everybody does it. Like, no, that's not. Yeah, let's get all my shit done before the sun comes up. Like, yeah.
Before the crows start crowing, you know what I mean?
So I actually just find that amazing with you.
But,
so.
hey, well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. It's just something I guess I've always done. I don't know what I attribute that to. I think more of it has to do with like the less congestion of places that early in the morning. I don't have to get a deal with like waiting for, let's say for example, doing the I don't gotta wait for like the dryer to be the person to be finished with their drying clothes or whatever, or washers to be available, or mad lines at the store. Like, yo, there's usually like nobody there, you know. So it's like perfect. You just boom, get in and get out. Get in and get out. Yeah.
That's a dedication. That's a dedication, because you're gonna go, fuck it, I'm gonna go when everybody's asleep, and so I know I'll be on the line. I'll pick and choose a time. Like, I don't think anybody be there like 4:30 p.m. and I'll give it a shot.
For the record, people, he's exaggerating. I'm not in a store at 4:30. I mean, I might go to the gym and do other shit like that, but I'm not. No stores open. Well, maybe Walmart is, right?
Exactly.
Like yeah. All right. So yeah, I mean, all right, maybe sometimes, but still,
you're not at the store because you're at the gym or you're doing laundry. You're doing shit. If you weren't doing those things, you'd be at the store.
I thank you, man. I appreciate it.
No doubt. So hey, man, salute to the parents, man. Appreciate you guys.
What up?
Yep.
Today's X day. Just gonna throw up some X's, man. Randomly just throw up some DMX.
Right, that's Brian. Yeah.
Stop it. You guys hear about this is fucked up, man. This is it's not like fucked up like, you know, bloody or anything like that, but it's just damn, it kind of hurts. So Kaylin Spadoni, I'm probably not saying her first name right, but she was a 911 dispatcher at whatever town, and she's been arrested and accused of refusing to return more than $1.2 million mistakenly deposited into her brokerage account. She was charged with theft of over $25,000. She's not giving it back. That's why she got arrested. She was like, yeah, you're not getting it back. Like, by the time she realized she had an extra 1.2, she moved it wherever she had to go. So she got arrested.
She should have moved herself wherever she needed to go. Exactly. She should have bounced
to the Cayman Islands or something.
She got arrested and fired. Charles Schwab was supposed to deposit $82.56, but instead they deposited $1,205,619 to her account.
Damn.
Yeah, if I was reading that, once I passed that first comma, I would have passed out. I'm like, done. How did $82 flip into whatever it was?
I can't imagine checking your account and just seeing that That's
on the day, like you're struggling, like, damn, man, all right, how am I gonna, I want to do this, but how am I gonna do this to get this? And also you pick up your phone and you see that your fucking account is like triple what you fucking need. You're like, oh my God.
That's the part that goes damn, because
That hurts.
you now have $1.2 million in your account. Has anybody ever don't go on the stories? Anybody had money accidentally put into your account?
No, I wish.
Not once. Nope.
So 2 stories. One that happened to me, but they took it out when they recognized it. 2, I know somebody that he checked his account and had $13,000 extra in it.
Damn.
And he waited like a week, didn't touch it, waiting for them to realize what they did and take their money. And they never did.
To this day?
Never.
That dude paid off bills like they never claimed their money.
I would have took that money out, started a separate account with it, stashed it somehow. I don't know.
That's the only instance I heard that they want their money. They're gonna notice that and they're gonna find that nickel that went somewhere and they're gonna claim it. So to have that stay in there, to do like that oversight was a blessing for that dude. But
wow, that's a fucking great story, man.
But it wasn't 1.2 mil. You know they're gonna find it. She spent a piece of she bought a new home.
Oh my God! All right, so how long? All right, so what was the time frame as far as like so like when
he waited 1 hour?
She whispered like real. Anybody lost any money? Nope. Okay, cool. So she bought a new home and SUV at estimated $70,000. So I'll jump with the house. I mean, houses aren't cheap.
Yeah. Closing costs and all the other crap. You gotta.
A holy shit house. We're not talking about mansion or anything, but if you buy a house, depending where you're at, depending on the house, you're spending like $250,000, $300,000, $500,000 to buy a house. Add that another 70, you almost blew through your $1 million already. Yeah. And they want it back. And you got fired. Like you went from checking your account to 1.2 to now no job, facing jail time, and they're gonna repossess that shit. There's no way, there's no way she's gonna keep this money.
What is she a dispatcher of? A cop?
Sheriff's office, 911.
Oh, damn. Because I wonder if she wasn't involved in the law, like how much that would have played a difference as far as like getting her fired.
I mean,
she should have a job still. Like that's like outside. That's like her personal life.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's federal or not, because it's 1.2.
I'm pretty sure it's federal, but I mean, like again, it's tied to the government, and
that didn't help her cause out.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure if you're at a job and that's gonna happen, like you're in trouble with your job. You're facing jail time.
I'm saying if I worked at McDonald's and then something that somehow, and not to knock anyone that works at McDonald's, but I mean, as far as like compared to being a sheriff or working at a sheriff's office, and all of a sudden, like, I'm making whatever you get, like minimum wage, and then all of a sudden, like that amount of money gets deposited into my account. Like, am I gonna get fired from McDonald's because of their accident?
Bro, if Grimace called up and said, "This is the problem I'm having," I might be going to jail. Like, he's no longer part of the Golden Arches. It's over.
Grimace.
What are you gonna hold my spot till I get back? Like, this will all work itself out. It's over. She's not going. It wasn't me. She's not going. It was never. Yeah, you're not getting your money back. That's what she's saying. You're not keeping your job. Doesn't matter if it's McDonald's or dispatch at 911.
I just don't see the connection. I mean, I see the connection on this point, but I'm saying if she wasn't. But again, that's irrelevant because
you better hope you have a whole lot of vacation time saved up that you can be like, all right, man, I'll be back.
Hey.
It's over. Like, I don't know. Like, yeah, you're going to jail. You're not keeping your job. Like, how do you not see that happening?
Yeah, I don't
like at what point do you go like, should that person lose their job?
Being fired.
Yeah. technically you have stolen $1.2 million. It's not your money. You have no claim to that money.
All right, to be honest with you, I didn't think about it that way. I'm still thinking it as a mistake. It's not, again, it's not my fault.
It was a mistake. It would have stayed a mistake if she would have gave the money back. Yo, you guys fucked up. Here's your money back. Okay, no harm, no foul. She's going, I'm not giving this back. Matter of fact, I just used it and bought a house and a SUV. She has no intentions on giving it. This is no finder keeper rule. Like, you're breaking the law.
So wait, so what was the time frame again, as far as like when the money was deposited until when she like bought the house and bought the other things? Did they say that or no?
I didn't see it, but I'm gonna say based on that, she wasn't bullshitting, because they're gonna find it. And honestly, when I had my money put into my account by accident, they found that within 2 days. And I know everybody that's ever happened to, within days that money's gone. And if you spend it, you're not, that's not your money. If you spent $500,000 on $1 million that you found electronically, and they take their $1 million back, you're now $500,000 in the hole.
Did they say like what her sentence is, as far as like how long she's gonna have to be in jail, or no?
Whatever that crime punishment allows. It could be whatever the minimum is, could be whatever the max is. She's not helping her cause out, so you know it is what it is. I just saw that and was just like, wow, because that's just the devil holding the carrot in front of you, man.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, we could all be doing better in life. You know, we all have our problems. If we wake up and do this Monday 9 to 5 every day, plus overtime, plus this, plus pay bills, plus have money for just enough for this, and you're skating through life. Not really skating, but you're getting through. And all of a sudden 1.2 shows up at your door. Like, that's just a fucked up situation all around. Like the fact that she lost her job, the fact that she had got 1.2, then they were going to take it and she ain't not give it back. Like she's just turned into a gigantic cluster. So I just had to share that story because, man, I just saw that and was like, oof.
If I was her, I would have did one or two things. I would have waited longer to see if the money would have came out. 2, if I'm going to do something like that, I would have a way better plan, like move it to an offshore account and just abruptly leave and tell nobody where I went.
It looks like she had no game plan for what. It was just like, hey, 1.2. I must have got a little bump in my check. Like my new stimulus must have came in. Thanks, Biden. Like she had no game plan. The only thing she knew was to spend it. She was smart enough to take it out of the account, but it just seems like she wasted no time to do it. And it's like what you said. You have to put, like, you gotta wait. The story I told before about that dude, like he waited like 2 weeks, just every day waiting for it to come out. And for 2 weeks, it didn't. And then after 2 weeks, he said, okay. And he started to take a little bit here, and then he took a little bit there, and nothing ever came about it.
Damn.
My shit, they found in like 2 days. And it was gone. So, she had no game plan. She wasn't thinking about anything other than I am now a millionaire, and had no thoughts of repercussions. So,
wait, did you share? And again, if you don't want to, obviously you don't have to. But how much was in your account?
What that was given?
Yeah,
I was like a stack and a half.
Okay.
And then like 2 days later, it was minus a stack and a half, and I was down to like the 27 cents I had originally.
That's funny. Give me that.
Damn, that's crazy. And I heard this story recently. It's about the one case that I heard about was like, I think it was about 10 years ago, where this guy stuck up this it was either a 7-Eleven or a convenience store, and there was footage of this this was in Washington D.C. There's footage of it, the whole entire thing. You see the guy pull out a gun, the teller or the cash guy gives him all the cash. Now, at that point, the robber should just leave and he's out and that's it. And if he gets caught, it's just a robbery. Well, not saying just a robbery, but you know what I mean. But for some reason, the killer then turns and then all of a sudden decides to turn back and actually shoots and kills the and I remember seeing the video and I was just like, the only reason why I could think he did that is maybe the guy knew him or could recognize him. But then it turns out when the guy actually got caught, the killer actually was like, he's like, I don't know, it was spur of the moment. I really don't know why I killed him. He was like, kind of like, I know I didn't have to kill him, but for some reason in that moment, I felt like I needed to kill him. And that was just like mind blowing. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Wow.
Well, first, Will's turned into a retired cop that comes by the show and just drops old cases that he had to deal with.
William Murtaugh over here. Get William Murtaugh with no day, with a whole bunch of days on the calendar left. Nowhere close to retirement.
As far as the story goes, I kind of get it. If you're not calm enough for the situation and you're not planned and you just have everything planned and following through and applying your plan, you're out of control. So his emotions, yeah, you probably didn't think it through, man. Gun, money, I'm out. But while you're there, if you're not thinking rational and you're in control of the situation controls you. So yeah, I believe that he probably went to rob him and somewhere along the line, it just happened. Spur of the moment, just adrenaline rush, not thinking it through, all over the place. It was probably just like a big blur. Probably doesn't even remember half of it. And I could see that happening. Not everybody's meant to be a criminal, man. You have to have a calmness about you in certain, all situations. If not, then you do dumb shit. And then somebody goes, why'd you do that dumb shit? I don't know. That means you're just caught up in the moment.
Especially since you see him turn, like to go towards the door, and then, I don't know, have some type of moment, turn back around and shoot the guy. I'm just like, okay, that just... But anyway,
you just figured like there's like a checklist. Okay, I'm gonna pull the gun out. I'm gonna ask for the money. I'm gonna get the money. I'm gonna leave. You'd be like, oh man, everything is it. But then again, like Paul was saying, you just never know.
If you were in control and you had that mindset, okay, here's my gun, boom. Okay, give me the money. Okay, if he gives me money, bang bang. Okay, he's not resisting. Okay, I got the money. Okay, I'm out. That's you're thinking the thing through. I can't speak on it. I'm not him. In his head, it could have been going a million miles an hour. And maybe he had a quick reaction of, oh my God, maybe he saw me. Oh my God, maybe he knows me. Oh my God. Teach his own, man. Not everybody's meant to do certain things.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Keep it simple. Can't never go wrong with that.
Or have a good story behind everything. Keep up your lie game.
But that's just the point, though. Don't compound your lies with more lies, because then it becomes a balancing act.
Once you start, you can't. You gotta just stay with it. Don't. You can't take it back down.
No, that's true. But you could just tell the truth. You could just be like, "Yeah, I was fucking lying. Sorry." But it's don't add to the lies.
Yeah.
Keep your lie, keep that lie, whatever, or again, tell the truth, whatever, but just don't add to it, and then you got to add to that, and then you got to add to that, and once started out as this little itty bitty brick turned into a fucking mansion. Honestly, I'd rather be a dick and be truthful than to just like whatever and lie. So I don't know the last lie, and that's not me being fucking holier than thou. That's just me just saying I don't have the energy to lie. I'd rather tell you the truth than you think the worst of me than me string you along off a lie. So I mean, I guess when I was a kid, I lied to somebody and I never told them the truth. So forever would be my answer. Oh, real quick, WrestleMania 2-day event started yesterday. I only bring that up because for the first time in who knows how long, they actually have crowds there.
Yeah, I saw it. I was watching it. It was
How many
better
people do you
than
think
I
were there?
expected. Yo, there was a lot more people than I thought was going to be there. Hard to say. Hard to say. I mean, at least half of the stadium capacity, at least.
Okay. I feel like we're transitioning as a people of just going, you know what, this corona shit's just a new flu. Like
Yeah.
everybody just kind of gearing up to start life again. Like, fuck it, where's my seasonal shot? And that's it. Because I know baseball is opening it up, right?
Yeah, but there's what state is it? Texas. Yo, they have the full capacity. There's no restriction. Whatever that stadium is supposed to hold, they've been getting those amount of fans in the stadium.
That's good. How you guys feel about that? It's good. It's progression. We sooner or later, and I know I asked you for your opinion, but I'll just kind of give mine real quick. Sooner or later, we have to start something up, right? Now there's a vaccine running around and people are starting to get less, I don't want to say fearful, but the understanding like this is now the new flu and it's going to be a seasonal thing now and we're going to need seasonal shots and things like that. Like, I think people are now coming to grips with the new reality that we live in. They're just going to treat it like the new flu. So it's good to see. It's good to see. Do you guys think we're ready for it?
I don't think we are, because if you see picture again, I know it's a different state, but so I think it was Miami, and some car was driving through a crowd and they're blaring DMX's song, whatever. Yo, there's mad people not wearing masks and stuff like that, just like out in the street, like just dealing with all that. Again, if they're all immune, then great. But I guarantee you the majority of the people are not immune and they're just fucking put the possibility of spreading it. But again, to your point, I really think it's a good thing to see like some of these stadiums and some of these crowd, like, you know, having restrictions about it. But again, having a full capacity, I don't know about that yet. But again, as long as it's like restricted, because the Braves just opened up their home, their home opener for the season. And like, yo, here in the ninth inning when somebody's about to close the game out, haven't heard that in like in a year and change or whatever it's been. It's a good vibe, man. It's a good vibe. So I can see how people be addicted and want that. But again, I think we still need to be a little bit hesitant and more, restrictive about what we do.
How restrictive can you be if you're opening up a stadium? You're kind of saying to a point we're stopping to give as much of a fuck.
No, they put caps on how many people you can let in. Certain stadiums. I don't know, the one in Texas, like I said, they have different laws in there, but so they let everyone in.
What's a low number that they're letting in? Give me a small cap number. Honestly, just take a guess. Or just lie. Give me what you think.
Let's say 25,000.
All right. If you're letting $25,000, you're letting 25,000 people in a capacity of how much is you? All right, that 25,000 people in there. How's the capacity of whatever? Give me an estimate.
Let's say if it's Michigan. Michigan, I think holds like 300,000, I think, or some shit like that. So a main number.
You're going college. You're going humongous. I'm talking about baseball, Atlanta.
I don't know. I think maybe 27 they hold or something like that. So like the number I gave you might have been skewed, or like it's wrong to say like 25 when they let in 27. So let's just say 5,000 out of 27,000.
Okay. In turn, you're letting 5,000 people. There's not much restriction you can do. If you're letting 5,000 people in, you are kind of saying you're giving less of a fuck about it.
But if you look at these crowds, you see like 3 people and then like 4 or 5 rows and then another 3-4 people. And then it's like sectioned off like that, at least like from what I've seen.
Unless you're gonna,
good. I'm sorry.
Unless you're gonna section people off like you 3, thank you, enjoy it, thanks for coming by, and you let those 3 people leave, and then you let another 3 people leave, and you do that so you get rid of all 5,000 people. Once the game's over, how are you restricting that? They're all going. They're either coming in or they're leaving together.
I'm sure they have to have thought about that though, and I'm sure that there's all rules as far as like I think you have to be like vaccinated or you can't just go in there like not. You get to get tested to get in before you get in. You can't be like have any symptoms of it. So there's other restrictions
They
involved
take your
as well.
temperature before you go in too.
Yeah. So
which means nothing at this point because you could be asymptomatic and still be a carrier. So really, that's just for show.
there's a
Now
lot of
that,
shit for show. There's a lot of shit for show. NBA players get on the court, run up and down, and then all of a sudden they get to the sideline, then they got to put the mask on.
but that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's good to see. It's great to see some type of normalcy coming back. You're still in essence saying, okay, we're giving less of a fuck. Whether it's because the vaccine's out, whether it's because we need to get the economy going, whether it's because sports events suck when there's nobody there and we have cardboard cutouts of people. Okay, enough is enough. We let a year go by. We have to start getting back to something. Once you do that vaccine, unless there's a cure, you're just going off a vaccine that you're not guaranteed everybody's taking. Plus, people are asymptomatic. So in a way, if you're letting 5,000 per people in, you're still kind of saying you don't give a fuck.
To a point. I guess I hear what you're saying, but again, I think with all the restrictions that they have to go through, I mean, they're kind of limiting the chances of something of a spread.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but what's the restrictions? Like I keep hearing you say that. What's the restrictions?
You have to be vaccinated. You're gonna get your temperature checked. I know that doesn't really whatever. You are sitting far apart from other people. I think that's I don't know how much more they can do besides that. Instead of just saying like don't come to the stadium.
But that's what I'm saying. If you get to a point, it's like, well, there's nothing else we could do. You still don't have a surefire plan. We don't have a surefire plan. So you're risking. It's like spring break. It's like whatever. Like it's all those 5,000 people, still 5,000 people. Yeah. However you want to slice that shit up. And you're saying there's 5,000 vaccinated people that went in and passed and went through the outbreak shit and did all that and got a hose down and then like no, there's 5,000 people. Doop. Yeah, 97, 99 point whatever. Like you're good. Don't worry about it.
So wait, so you don't think we're ready to even have people in stadiums yet or anything like that?
I would say you're saying you don't give as much of a fuck. Whether we're ready or not, I don't know. I think probably we're getting to a point that we're ready because this is going to be the flu. This is going to be just this new thing that's here. And there's going to be vaccines that people are going to have to take for different mutations. So every season or every whatever, you're going to have to take a new vaccine shot. This is the new this. So you can just keep, all right, it's another year down. And then if some more shit comes out, another strain. All right, it's another year down. And we keep doing that. Or we can go what's going on now. Like, all right, fuck it. Let 5,000 people in to start. Or Texas, let everybody in. You're kind of just drawing a line somewhere saying, all right, enough is enough. Unless this shit starts dropping people on a crazy level that can't be compared to the flu. Like it's above that, then, but whatever. So are we ready? I don't know. Probably not. But sooner or later, you're going to have to start up. I think there'll never be a point that you're going to say, we are 100% ready right now. Sooner or later, there's going to have to be all right, fuck it, hit the switch. Let's see if this shit works. So I think we're probably at there now.
I feel like it's going to be like maybe like mid next year or something like that.
I don't know. I wouldn't even.
I know people that thought it was going to be like 6 months or actually 3 months when it first hit. It was going to be, it was happening in March. Everybody's like, in June, we'll be good.
Yeah, I had this coworker. I can't believe we're 6 months in. I'm like, this is a global pandemic. Like, where do you think this is going? Everybody has this thing like, all right, I'm going to close my eyes. Like for real, people thought the new year was coming when the ball dropped and we were in 2021. Like, we're going to be, that's it. Wipe the slate clean. We're good.
No, nothing changed except the time.
We're good.
It went to 12:01. That's what happened.
Yep.
That's it. New day. That's all it was. Like, coronavirus wasn't going to disappear at the stroke of midnight. And people were just like, nah, new year. Can't wait for 2021. Like, this is gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Nah, same things last year. Like, shit carries over. People are just expected to be just this. Everybody, it goes back to the generation though. Generation nowadays just think everything should just be handed to them. Like, okay, coronavirus. 6 months later, ooh, remember that time that the pandemic hit, and 6 months later it was over. Like, nah,
Like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
still going on now.
that's not how this works.
Yeah. We're still in it.
With really no signs of it going away.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's gonna be the new flu, basically. Yeah.
The new flu.
Boosted
If we-
every year.
If you sit back and wait for the coronavirus to be eradicated, I guess like polio, we're gonna be waiting forever. They're gonna have to acknowledge it as either this thing that's just gonna shelter everybody for the rest of our lives until we find a cure, or okay, this is the new, for lack of a better word, this is our new normal. We're going to have to adapt to this because it ain't going anywhere. And I feel like some people are adapting, whether it's trying a vaccine or stadiums opening up. That's like, okay, like we got to start up. So I think that's partially what it is. Do I think we're ready? No. Do I think is there going to be a time that we're ready? No. So
I have to laugh at that. I don't know if you saw this, Len or Paul, but like I think it was like a month ago. There was a Nets game, and like Kyrie and somebody else was playing the whole entire damn game. But at the end of the game, they didn't let them swap jerseys, and it was just like,
again, that
doesn't make sense.
It does not make sense. It does not make
sure.
They
sense.
were posting up and all of that.
Yeah, I
So
can
it's
dunk
like-
on you when and my jersey could be all sweaty in your face after I dunk on you. But when the game is over, we can't exchange. We can't exchange jerseys.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like you said before, it's a show. To just show that we're doing the right things, but then we just played sweaty ass men is fucking getting physical with each other. But no, don't give me your jersey.
Yeah.
Game's over. Corona's back in town. Like the final bell buzzes, and all of a sudden Corona comes back into the stadium. Like, all right, sorry, don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Oh man.
All right. So for Mr. William, I am Paul Allen, and for Len Dukes,
Sir.
rest in peace, DMX.
DMX, kid.
And we out.
Peace.
Peace.
American. My DMX voice.
Nice. There you go.
I don't know where that came from.
Bye.